good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show live from the Etzenhofer studio. Ash, Brent, Commander, all in the house. We're glad you're all here. Let's see who's on the podium this morning. Marvin Makers, Bobby Leister, Sherry Jacobs on the podium. Thanks for joining us, everybody, whether you're on the Noble Network, Magic, the Mothership, online, Facebook, YouTube, listen on the Magic app, Roku.
Man, that makes me nervous. That many people are out there?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Wow.
Glad you're all here. Thanks for joining us on a chilly start to spring break, 2026. Little breezy, little chilly. We'll get to all that. Wade and Carter weather brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Hayfeed and Ranch Services.
Was that my lead in?
That is your lead in.
Silence is a great segue. 46 degrees in Victoria, Texas. They say here it feels like 29. What did I tell you when we came in?
Felt like 26.
That's right. 46 degrees is what it is. Heading to a high today of only 63. And it is blustery, windy.
Yeah.
No kidding. JP Hull got your message. We will talk. Yes, sir, we will. Junior says Brent on 1080p. I'll tell you what, back in the day, and Junior won't know, and John Paul won't know, but there was, for a long time, there was a gentleman here in town that did talk radio. Was it Kemper Williams? Is that
Yes.
who it was? Did you know Mr. Williams?
I think I met him once.
And was he an old retired attorney?
I believe so.
So he took a step up in the world. He went from being an attorney to being a radio guy. And there is absolutely zero chance that Kemper Williams had as many listeners as we do. There's zero chance. No chance. Not even like on Kemper Williams' day did he have as many listeners as us.
That might have been.
No chance.
Fewer radio stations back then. Yeah,
There weren't as many people. I mean, the Noble Network is so big.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I'm not saying we have
Victoria was about the same size.
Yeah,
because it
Victoria's
hasn't grown.
the same place it's always been, except for the Jet Drive-In's not there anymore. But,
Dairy Treat's now got 2 locations.
we don't have to have a very deep market penetration to have a lot of listeners but we do have. We're very fortunate. Like in Corpus, I heard the other day that on KTMV we've got a bunch of people checking in the mornings.
That's
I got
good.
that from Lilo.
Good.
Yeah. So
Glad
you're not
to
only
hear that.
listening to at least the second best talk radio show ever in Victoria, you're listening to the biggest ever to come out of the Crossroads.
I think the best because there was one that all they did was read the Advocate every morning. So at least we don't do that.
Yeah, no.
No. John Anderson checking in, Tammy Keeling Jr., Greg Garcia, Patrick Strauss, Jordan Glass, Linda Chris, Lisa Poole, Scott Tomko, Stephanie Connie. Glad you're all here. And
Good group of folks.
thanks for everybody checking in. Where do you want to start? I had the good fortune of getting to the World Baseball Classic Friday. It was a lot of fun.
I saw that.
It's kind of made me forget about spring training following this thing.
Well, what did you watch last night?
I did
The
watch
US
last night.
Beat
Very
the
good game.
Dominican. The
Play
Dominicans
the winner
are so
of
passionate.
Italy and Venezuela today.
I don't want to play Italy again. I'd rather play Venezuela without Altuve. But I just find it interesting, as I'm sure you do, sir, that the U.S. just continues to beat Canada in everything. Did the U.S. beat Canada in curling?
No.
Oh, the horror.
But
But
apparently
baseball. What
Hockey.
else? Hockey. Ooh, hockey. That hurts. Hockey, you got to admit,
except at the
hockey
Four
trumps.
Nations Cup, Canada won that.
But you have to admit that hockey trumps curling in your heart.
Not now because it's the only thing we won.
Right. Because you're a front runner.
That's what the Canadians are saying now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was a boot to be a hockey fan, but then the U.S. won.
Yeah, Canadians that don't care about it. That's all
Hi,
we're
Lorena.
looking at now.
So we beat the Canadians in global politics. We beat them in hockey, and we beat them in baseball.
And sled hockey at the Paralympics, too.
What
by
is?
the way.
Oh, sled hockey. Okay.
What's sled hockey?
We have better
They play on
crippled
sleds.
people than Canada. That's what
They're
that is.
laying on sleds and they're
No, they
sitting.
sit on sleds.
Does somebody else have to push them?
No, they push themselves. It's
It's work. It's like
Are
you got to
there
really want to play hockey.
shotguns
the
involved?
sticks they use to propel themselves are also their hockey sticks, ambidextrous. It's actually pretty.
Can you imagine you take somebody into the boards and you knock them off their little sled?
Oh no!
Right.
I don't know if you can, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you're probably strapped in?
Yeah, I think kind of. Yeah. They've modified the boards so you can get out. You don't have to jump over the boards.
Does Governor Abbott play this?
I was going to say, you're kind of giving me that in the senior division. You're giving me that look.
What look?
That look that says, be careful where you take this. It could be offensive.
No, I'm not giving you any look.
What if they had, okay, now watch. I'm going to completely.
U.S. beat Dominican 2-1 yesterday.
He will try to suppress the unavoidable grin when
Not
I say,
suppressing anything.
what if you had Paralympics for little people and they could play like in a bathtub instead of, I got you. Have you seen those deals where it shows like the little people and they're doing the workout ropes and then the camera pans back and they're like, it's a guy's shoelaces? So funny. Yeah.
Throwing the javelin, it turns out to be a toothpick into somebody's salad.
The guy's beard.
Lorena Bargenbrook, Scott Snow, Jackie Parsons, John Miller, Rena Scherer. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're here. So, yeah, Italy and Venezuela tonight. That'll be on Fox Sports 1. And then the winners will play tomorrow, U.S., awaiting that winner, the finals of the World Baseball Classic in Miami. So, but yeah, lots of fun. The only thing, if you weren't from the U.S. or Puerto Rico, I was hard to find any merchandise for any other country at Minute Maid or Daikin Park.
Well, nobody wants to sell that Canadian. You can find the Canadian stuff over at like Five Below.
In Canada. It's
Ross
the only place
Dress
you
for
could
Less.
find it,
Yeah,
apparently.
sure.
But no other teams. There were no. I saw nothing from Mexico. I saw nothing from Italy. I mean, you would think they would be selling the heck out of Italy, given the fact that they've kind of become
The darlings.
the darlings of the tournament,
Yeah.
and nothing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was,
You'll find that Canadian gear, like they'll fly over like Uganda, and all the kids will be wearing Canada shirts,
they'll
the
be wearing
championship
yeah,
shirts.
exactly, the Canadian championship.
Sure, yeah. Final Four, go Canada.
Well, could you imagine having to scramble now for Italy World Baseball Classic champions shirts? Because they didn't pre-print any of those before the tournament started.
Junior Sample says the only curling worth watching was the women's curling. I liked the mixed doubles or mixed.
It's interesting
team. That
because
was very good.
you throw the stone, then you have to get up right away. And this is how you can tell this was a sport not invented while curlers were drinking.
Right.
Because there's no way, if you're curling is a known sport, it's kind of like darts.
Yeah, everybody drinks.
You drink while you're playing on the Sunday afternoon league, right?
Or cornhole. Those
Yeah.
guys they're sponsored by a beer guy. They got a beer in their hand while they're cornholing.
That's why I can't make it the Olympics, because
Well, there's no booze in the Olympics. You can have lots of sex. They ran
Yeah.
out of condoms at the
they
Olympics.
never run
this
out of
year.
beer.
How
But
do you run out of condoms?
you have a lot of sex. It's circular argument there.
Right. He's arguing against himself again.
Yeah. I'm 63
Something you've
years
never
old. Hey, I'm
experienced.
63 years old. I mean, once every 4 years, like the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Honey, it's the Olympics.
You sound like Rodney Dangerfield.
It's almost my birthday.
It's almost my birthday.
Yeah. Yes, what does Rodney says?
You can't
Rodney
even
goes,
get-
I get no respect, I tell you. I went and I bought a used car. I was driving home. I looked in the back seat. I found my wife's dress.
You're getting to the point where your birthday doesn't count because that'd be too much excitement.
I had to start thinking about it. He had a piece of cake. He sure seems ready.
He blew out his candles. He's out of breath. Sorry, honey, we can't have sex tonight.
I can take it. Dawn just lays at home and pouts. Yeah.
But, there's no way mixed doubles was invented while the curlers were drinking, because the guy, when you throw that stone, you can't get up that quickly to have to start sweeping it.
Yeah. No kidding. You can't.
Yeah. But the women's world championship curling is going on in Calgary. My dad and my brother are actually going to watch it today. So
Very cool. Donnie and I had a day date on Saturday evening. We went to the Metro Wash. Now I've given them love.
day date on Saturday evening.
Well, it was still daylight, which is
Okay.
one of my favorite things. But we went to the Metro Wash, which is right there. I'm just giving them the free plug. They're at Red River and Ben Jordan. It is a super clean, super nice laundromat. For those of you that have suffered with me,
I was trying to figure out what the Metro Wash was.
we have a new one coming. Yeah, you were wondering what kind of date we were on at the. It's a hot tub place. You just go in and pay by the hour.
I thought maybe you were getting some sort of Metro wax.
No,
Sponsored by Cialis.
right? No kidding. For daily use, like what for daily? What?
You and
daily.
Don sitting in the couple's bathtubs holding hands.
Right.
I need Cialis for like monthly use. Daily. That's kind of like once they came out
You
with
take it every day
Monostat.
just in case, right?
That comedian, I don't remember his name, but I got to give credit to the guy who actually said it, even though I don't know who it was. He said that he goes, I'm just a guy, but once they came out with Monostat 1, why didn't they take Monostat 7 off the shelves? Does anybody say, no, I just like that itch for 6 more days? Yeah. There you go. Jennifer Raper says the Metro Wash is a treat for 10 loads at a time. Now, I'll tell you.
Don't
that
leave it
it's-
unattended, though.
You swipe your card now. There's no more quarters. You can do that, but you swipe your card now, and it's $5.75 a load, and then you can add a little extra time to make sure everything gets really good and clean, and then you can put 2 huge. So I'm talking about commercial washers, and you can put 2. Like in one, we had about a dozen towels and our sheets, and in the other one, we had like all of our clothes and half a Cadence, and it all went into one dryer. And that took $4 for the dryer, but that was a 3 Tito's excursion. You just have to keep going out to the truck and reloading because
Nice.
it just sat there. You just sit there. There's no TV.
Next time VPD sees the Raptor in the
Right,
Metro Wash parking
sure.
lot, they're going to be
In
waiting
the
for you.
middle
To,
of the day.
they're going to wait for you to leave and get you for a DWI.
Middle of the day.
So you spent like $100.
It was like $50 probably by the time it was all said and done. I did 5 loads. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd have just bought a new machine.
Funny you should say that. I have now. I'm another shameless passing along of information. I have a home warranty, and sadly, I've never lost money on a home warranty. It's always more than paid for itself. And my washing machine went out, and they sent a guy out. Yeah, it took 2 days for him to come out, and I got 3 teenagers at the house. So he comes out, and he says, "You need a new motor, and there's a clutch assembly." And I said, "Well, hey, I'm curious because I keep score with my home warranty premium. How much would that cost me?" He said, at least $250, $300 to fix that." And I said, "Okay."
Not just for the parts?
Just for the parts. Because, I've already paid the $70
Yeah.
copay for the guy. So they fire in to Liberty Home Guard. Liberty, is who it is the warranty company. And they sent me 3 options, a Hot Point and 2 GE models, and said, "We're just going to replace your unit." And it says on there,
Are we talking washing machines or Cialis again?
washing machines, but they vibrate.
I don't know what a hot point is.
All I do is get Dawn up there on the spin cycle. Anyway, there's a spot on there instead of spin, it says Simeon. But anyway, they're sending me another unit essentially for free. And I went to Lowe's, I got the model number, and I went to Lowe's to look at the different units. It's a $588 washer.
What's the warranty cost you every month? I'm just curious.
I don't remember. I really don't. Honestly, I think it was like $65 a month. It adds up, but it's all covered.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good because I'm fixing to hit them for a microwave. Blew up. Folks, let's take a break and talk about some sponsors. We got some great folks here. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Get out to Palace Bingo in the next couple of days. We will announce a date soon. Cody has been on us. He wants to play. We're going to do it in the next couple of days. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Like he just sits there and shakes his head.
Could not care about bingo.
There you go. That's why Cody has no sponsors, and we have tons of them. Brand us. We don't mind promoting him. Yes, he shamelessly doesn't like bingo, and that's really dumb on a show sponsored by a bingo company. But we appreciate what he can do. He's very focused. He's really, really good with computers. He did give us the data, the talking points that made us look intelligent at the Apple store this weekend, where Gran bought Caden his new laptop. And we walked in and said, yeah, we want the 14 with the this, that, and the Mac Pro 5, blah, blah, blah. And the lady said, oh, y'all have done your research. I said, no, I know a guy, Commander Cody. If you're an old lady and you don't know how to get on your devices, we're not talking Cialis again. We're talking computers. Reach out to Commander Cody. He has a program. It's a company called, like, Old Ladies and Their Devices.
The Crossroads Help Desk.
The Crossroads Help Desk. And he will help you with
you're almost in their target age audience.
Oh, I'm certainly in their wheelhouse.
Oh, you're in it.
Absolutely. I went by the chopping block yesterday.
I did too.
Saw both John and Rachel were both there. Great things. We got some
John.
cheese-infused hamburger patties.
I grabbed a couple of his choice ribeyes, $20 a pound. That worked out to $40, $39.99 for the two of them. So
one
they're
for
basically
you,
a
one
pound
for the
each.
dogs, or what?
And oh no, dogs don't get the choice ribeyes.
There you go. Chopping block, great food, great. I mean, just good advice. Go in there and see them. White Trash Services, encouraging you, if you're anywhere in the No Bull Network, feel free to reach out to 550-1826. That's local, 361-550-1826.
And we're broadcasting live from the Atzenoffer Studios as we do every single show. And there is my used car of the week. It's a 2024 Nissan Kicks. Just around $20,000 is the internet price, and it has fewer than 20,000 miles.
Is
on
that
it.
right?
So, yeah. Great little car.
Great car for a kid.
Yeah. Kind of scroll down. There you go. 19,258. It's got a very, very fuel efficient engine.
Keyless ignition, remote start, adaptive cruise, keyless entry, Wi-Fi hotspot.
Let's see what else it has, because I don't even. There you go. It's got. Look at everything it's got.
Entertainment center, satellite radio.
Lane departure, forward collision warning, satellite radio is available as well. Black with gray interior. So there you go, folks. If you're
Cody
looking for
could trade in that Hummer and get like 4 of them.
great little car.
I can't tow a trailer with it though. That's the problem.
That is an
That's
issue.
a good-looking little car.
It is all blacked out. Nice black rims. It's nice. That's a nice vehicle for $20,399 is the internet price at Atzenhofer. So stop on by or give them a call right there. 361-582-9041.
$1 a mile.
That's about it.
Folks,
Great little vehicle, and it's only 2 years old.
White Trash is really giving back a lot of money. We're pushing $30,000 now, giving back to local volunteer fire departments. Straight up, Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Jennifer Rayburn, you're right. No, the home warranty's been a great deal.
Yeah. No, they've been. I mean, I think, they've covered. I've had one in the past. I've got one now. I don't need it at the moment, but they've covered AC repairs, which can run a fortune.
A fortune.
I've had a dishwasher replaced through them. They do a good job.
Chase De La Garza just types in the 3 magic words, or 2, barbacoa boudin. They do have some amazing. Last night we had it was boudin with cheese, and it was covered in, and I don't know why they used part of the bonding agent because they were bright red, was
Cheetos?
granulated, spicy Cheetos, and it was really good.
You bought some of those, huh?
Yeah. Greg Garcia wants to know, was this a hint that y'all have Cialis joining you as a sponsor?
No, not
No,
yet.
but we're certainly qualified. We've got a bidding war going on right now between Cialis and Viagra.
Oh, let's see. Where do we start? Oscars? Anybody care?
No, couldn't care less. I saw where one battle after another was the big winner.
Yeah, took home Best Picture, 5 others, including Best Director and Best Supporting Actor.
Sean Penn wins an award. Is a guy I don't really like, but I don't know why. I just don't feel like I really like him. I think he's a very fine actor.
Sinners won 4 awards, including Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay. But, I mean, I just the Oscars lost me years ago. But when you rehash Conan O'Brien as your host, because he's the safest pick that Hollywood could make. And I never found him funny when he had his own TV show.
No, he's just a ginger. He's not a funny guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Catherine says, I'm listening to y'all while I'm at work, and I literally turned around in my office about the Viagra. Nice. Tell everybody there hi, Catherine, and thank you for listening in.
Thanks you, and thank everybody else in your office for listening in as well.
Yeah. Junior Simple says, you're still paying more for less. Call. We'll discuss it. I think Junior might be a drug dealer. I don't know.
Is he peddling Cialis out of his car?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's talking about the Viagra, the Cialis, or the home warranty. Not sure.
I don't want to hear Junior's testimonial either about how, oh, yeah, man, it worked. There's David Mitchelling checking in. David, prayers for Tammy, babe. Yeah. We're keeping up with her. What do you got?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out.
I'll tell you what, being very humbly honest, it is a slow news day. No kidding. I was listening to a guy that I listen to every day, and he was just ranting about how that America, basically needs more white people. That's basically what he was ranting about, and it just doesn't work.
Brackets. Texas Tech, TCU, A&M qualifying for the men's basketball tournament, NCAA men's basketball tournament. Texas, SMU, Prairie View, A&M all have play-in games
I
this
hope
week.
Texas just goes ahead and loses and goes back to the drawing board. Some people get all excited when their team makes the NCAA tournament. If you simply make the tournament, so yay, you're number 64 in the country, I feel patronized. If you've got no chance to really compete, then just go home. I mean, really, and by the way, that applies to the Aggies. That applies to Idaho. That tournament ought to have about
Aggies
30
are solidly in.
They're solidly in, but they're not any good. I mean, neither is Texas. They ought to be, although they could get hot. Texas can't get hot. Texas is not going to get hot. They don't have it. So I would just as soon go home, regroup, and start recruiting now. I don't get it.
You're 9-9 in the SEC, and you're 18-14 overall, and you're in a play-in game. This is, and nobody wants to talk about this, but the NCAA tournament has become so watered down because it's mirroring NCAA football almost.
Everybody makes it.
You used to need 21 wins to get you into the tournament.
Yeah. No matter who you played, you still need to win at least 20.
Now you're 4 games above 500, and you're in a play-in game for an expanded 68-game team tournament.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
9-9.
You don't deserve
SEC play.
No, you don't deserve it, Texas. You don't.
So go up a little bit, and let's look at this right here. So Florida leads the SEC. They're 16-2. They're 26-7 overall. That's an NCAA tournament team. Arkansas 26-8. Alabama 23-9. Vanderbilt 26-8. The Aggies are 21-11. Okay, fine. Go on in. You deserve a 1 week.
They're a 10 seed, and here's the funny thing:
but
Texas will be an 11 if they beat whoever wins the 11 game between North Carolina State and the Longhorns. They're in.
And I'll bet you Texas is a 50% favorite to win this game because they've had a 50-50 year. But there you go.
Texas 1.5 point favorites.
But they're a 1.5 point favorite, but the matchup indicator shows North Carolina State at 50.2%, Texas at 49.8%. So
that's a toss-up. I don't know who's going to win this thing.
On two very meh teams.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry to disparage my alma mater, but we have no business. So what do? You're a lamb led to slaughter. What do you go in and play Duke?
And NC State is 10-8 in their conference and 20-13 overall.
To me, they had a better year than Texas. Of course, they're playing in the ACC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They only got Duke in the ACC.
That's right.
32-2.
They're pretty.
Well, it's because they played in a weak conference.
Now the Texas women, I like them. Yeah. Ricky King wakes up and sees that the U.S. did beat Dominican last night, 2-1.
Yep.
Aaron Judge hit a home run that I actually kind of became an Aaron Judge fan. He had a ball hit to him and right and Cody Chandler was there. Cody goes, "Don't do it, don't do it." And this guy forgot that it was Aaron Judge, and he rounded second. He was going to third, and Judge threw him out. And when the third baseman caught it, he just smacked the Dominican in the face with the ball. And Cody goes, "In the face."
Judge hit one to deep center field yesterday in Miami that was caught, a leaping catch by the center fielder. Yeah, I don't think it was over the fence where he caught it.
But
And
he did jump and catch it.
Nice catch. I'm not sure he had to jump to make the catch, but
Yeah, there's James
still a
Curtis.
nice
Look,
play.
it's essentially a participation trophy.
yeah.
And I, as a Longhorn, I don't like to gather those.
But why the
The
play-in?
green ribbon at the track meet. Don't bring that to the house. I don't want it.
I mean, the play-in games became, I don't necessary.
For money, it's all about
It's all
money.
and it was exactly what it was all for because, too many. Like, here's what I don't get. They used to originally the play-in games are basically to satisfy the
tie.
teams that missed getting in, right?
But we all agree that the bottom 20 teams in general, Cody, two things I want you to look up.
Yeah.
What's the lowest seed to ever win the NCAA tournament, men's tournament?
Is that March Madness?
Yes, sir. The lowest seed to ever win it.
Number 8, Villanova, 1985.
The lowest ever to win it was number 8. Okay, so let's go with that to start with. And your number,
11. Well, and here's the silly thing. Okay. In the Midwest and the South, you've got two potential 16 seeds in Howard and Maryland, BC, which is something county. I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
Broward County is
I
in
don't
Florida.
think Florida, but this is Maryland.
Okay.
And then Lehigh and Prairie View. So those are four teams
That's your
that'll
historically black colleges and universities, and you got to get
well,
them
not
in.
Lehigh, but anyway, I think NBC might be and
Right,
Howard.
and
is.
Prairie View
but,
and Howard.
But anyway, so regardless, they're going in as whoever wins one of those two games, or whichever wins those two games, will go in as a 16 seed. In the West and the Midwest, you've got two teams that'll slot in as 11s out of their play-in games. This makes no sense to me.
How can they not be 16s?
Exactly. How can they not be 16s? If they're 11s, they should be in the damn tournament.
Right.
And 15 Idaho, well, because Idaho won the
conference.
Yeah, they won the Big
Maybe
Sky and
that's
they're
what
in.
it is.
But still, shouldn't they be 16s because you're not in the tournament?
Shouldn't we do away with the automatic bid? How does Idaho go in as a 15 and I got SMU and Miami of Ohio playing for an 11?
Because the Big Sky champions.
Yeah, well, the Big Sky sucks. Cody, the other
Why don't
guy-
we do away with the first four games? Oh, I know, money and ratings, and it starts the tournament a little bit earlier. And as we're finding out with basketball, betting has become such a huge part of this that the NCAA doesn't want to talk about that, and not just betting, the scandals
Yeah.
that are now revolving and evolving around basketball at all levels, college. There was even a scandal like this summer revolving around AAU basketball and betting.
That's because that's how boring select sports really are.
Yeah.
Cody, how about this? What's the highest finish ever by a play-in team in the NCAA tournament in March Madness? Like, has a play-in team ever made it to the Final Four?
I don't know.
It's a Cinderella story. They were playing outside and brought in. I don't know. He'll see. He'll
Scott
find
Tompkins says the Dominican Republic was super cocky, then they weren't. I
But
tell
they're
you
just
who was.
passionate, dude.
Yeah.
They're-
Puerto Rico was that. When I left the USA-Canada game Friday night, all the Puerto Rican fans that were there, and they all showed up in their Puerto Rico gear for Friday night. Maybe they thought the game was Friday night, and it was actually Saturday. They were all singing and chanting as everybody was trying to leave. They were blocking exits from people trying to leave because they were singing and chanting, and then Italy just basically cakewalked over them.
Patrick Strauss says, even I don't care about the tourney enough to give it this much coverage. Really is a slow news day. It really is. Over the weekend, Donald Trump did blow up an island in Iran, and then he told them that he did them a favor because he didn't blow up the oil reserves. He said, out of decency, I didn't do that. He
Although
goes,
we have attacked some of their oil refining capabilities.
yeah, he goes, we obliterated this island. Now, he's telling NATO, if you don't help us police the Strait of Hormuz, yes, Rena, we have moved on. Thank you, ma'am. If you don't help us police the Strait of Hormuz and our ships start getting sunk, Donald Trump said NATO is in trouble. And what that means is I'm going to quit funding NATO. What good are you if you're not there when we need you? Tell me, Cody.
149 points. Loyola Marymount.
Right?
Victory over Michigan in 1990.
Okay. I'm not sure what question he's answering.
Which finish ever by a play-in team for March Madness?
Okay.
What was the highest finish ever?
There you go. Good
Which is the
enough.
question you asked me.
So they
Correct.
won one game and we're done.
Yeah. Jasmine Crockett's head of security dies in a police shootout, they said. Interesting. I did see a video of the Houston rodeo the other night, and you would love this. I'll let you folks decide what group of people this was, but I'll tell you that there was a fracas that involved women fighting, and you could see NRG in the background, and over here was like a funnel cake stand, so it was kind of out there by the midway, kind of by the carnival. And
They shut it down early, didn't they?
yeah, and a gal got a hold of another gal, and she ripped her weave off and started beating her with her weave. And a few minutes later, this goes on for a couple of minutes. And this guy's standing there, and he's out in the middle, big guy, white T-shirt. He's filming all this. And all of a sudden, this weave comes down and lands on his head, and it's like hanging over his face. And he goes, "Ooh, gross," and throws it on the ground.
Then they started stomping on it. Then they started dancing on it. Then it turned from a fight into a celebration once they got all the women apart. It was stupid. And as a result, Houston Rodeo had to shut down the midway.
Black people having so much fun. It's just so cute. It's just what makes America great. Let's just have a street fight, and then we'll tear off the weave, and then we'll dance on it.
There's an Instagram page
Hi,
that's
Sheriff.
run by a black guy who basically points out all the poor behavior by his brothers and sisters
it's rampant.
and just makes fun of it. And this was on there. And so anyway, there's protests in Cuba now. I guess the Castros and the people in Cuba worried.
Well, the people in Cuba have gotten wind that maybe the U.S. might liberate them, and they're excited. There's State Rep from House District 30, our own A.J. Louderback. Good morning, sir.
China apparently concerned. I saw a report last night that they're concerned that what's happening in Iran could lead to protests in China, and the people, so they've clamped down on all their internet they already do, but apparently they were worried that some of these videos from January are now starting to make their way into China.
Jordan Bale says the rodeo sounds like an IHOP on a Saturday night in Victoria, Texas.
It kind of does.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of the rodeo, has anybody brought together Republicans, Democrats like Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo?
She is the biggest idiot ever elected in a major United States city. Cody could Google that. Who is the biggest idiot ever elected in a major U.S.
It's Lena Hidalgo.
It is. She wins by a landslide. The entitlement, and then to double down instead of apologizing,
Triples down.
She decides to play the racist card and blames officers and says white men are notorious for suppressing women of color.
Well, and then not only that, then there's video of her surfacing that she shook their hands afterwards, but she went back the next day or 2 days later because she wanted to review the video of the incident.
She's an idiot.
And her only statement that I saw was, "Well, it was a little grainy," which is what? You got caught. The video did not match up to your narrative of being manhandled on your way out of.
Will Houston vote her out? Is she out?
Houston won't.
So
I don't
think
know.
about that.
I don't know. Probably not.
Someone's trying to get her removed.
Well,
Based
that's
on
racism.
that,
You can't do that just because she's exercising her right to beg for free stuff.
But then again, this is the party that champions DEI initiatives, diversity, equity, inclusion. But when they have the chance to vote in their very own DEI candidate in Jasmine Crockett, they thumb their noses at her to elect the white religious dude, yet they hate religion.
But now they can say, look, we have a godly man running for the Senate.
They always champion for the separation of church and state.
Hypocrites. Until they find one lone idiot misguided who claims to be a Christian. You heard him say all the time, well, Joe Biden, he may sleep a lot, but he goes to mass every day. He's a fine Christian. He goes right by the abortion clinic and gives them donuts and then goes to the mass. He's a fine Christian
That's
man.
why he goes to mass every day, so he can nap while closing his eyes in prayer. That's exactly what happens.
And Lisa Poole pointed out, and we haven't heard another word out of Jasmine Crockett. Let me tell you what you're going to hear.
Well, because
She's going to resurface.
Well, she will. But she got no traction claiming that she was a victim of racism and misogyny by her own party.
Yeah.
Let that sink in as well, Democrats. You're all the things that you accuse Donald Trump and Republicans of being, misogynist, racist. Your own party was accused by Jasmine Crockett because you thumbed your noses at your very own DEI candidate.
Yeah. She took the position of, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You're not black enough. And like I told her 6 months ago, you're pandering to a group that doesn't vote, and there's not enough of them. So there you have it.
So what do the Democrats do? They jump into the if you can't beat them, join them camp and elect their own white Presbyterian minister to represent Democrats.
I'm going to
make that make any sense anywhere in America right now, please.
With no judgment, I'm going to guarantee you that particular minister is gay at best. Like, that would be a good position for him to fall into, because I think he's got some major issues, major mental health issues. Jasmine Crockett will show up again without the Ebonics. She won't have the Ebonics accent when she comes back. She'll come back intelligent, the intelligent Jasmine Crockett, which she can be. Yeah. But it's just hard to be intelligent.
Well, what was the other thing that
Hidalgo?
What else did Hidalgo? She tried to make it sound like she wasn't the only elected official to request tickets for this year's rodeo, too.
Hell yes. John Paul Hull says, a fishing report. Chances of someone fishing in South Texas today are close to zero.
Yeah.
Kite surfing. It's a banner day.
Yeah. Red Flag Day today. Lots of wind. Things are dry. Don't be throwing cigarette
Don't throw a
butts out your
cigarette
windows, idiots.
Yeah, please.
No, please don't do it.
Yeah.
Should we take another break?
It would be good.
Probably should, yeah.
There you go.
Where do you want to go next?
Let's go to Chesnick Furniture.
Let's go.
Chesnick and Love make your house a home. Let's get by and see Bobby Leon and his family.
Yeah, you just always do better, Chesnick.
They're fantastic people, and they'll give you good advice. I mean, Bobby's the guy that'll say, well, yes, it may cost a little more to go leather, but you have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and I don't want you to have to worry about your sofa every day. I want you to enjoy it. So let's get leather.
Yeah. Although some of those fabrics have come so far now, they're stain resistant they don't collect pet hair. It's amazing the technology on
like
on
a sofa made out of recycled fishing nets, right? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, nothing like that anymore.
Yeah.
Parvita Wellness, get healthy.
We told you to go by and enjoy the brunch this weekend. If you didn't, you should have. It was busy.
And it was a beautiful mornings on Saturday and Sunday to get out there and enjoy
Randy
it.
Vivian Chamber of Commerce Day. You should go by Parvita Wellness today, get in, and get healthy. Went services, went for all your electrical needs.
I saw them. Yeah, they must have a government contract, because I went to I was at the Patty Dodson, and there were Went guys in there doing some electrical work. So good for them. They can do commercial, they can do residential, they can do it all.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Peter McNally points out they're all wondering what to do about Tallarico. He's getting everyone's attention. I don't disagree, and I'll tell you that compared to Jasmine Crockett, he's got a better chance against John Cornyn. And see, John Cornyn to me is just a corpse with a pulse. I mean, I don't really want to vote for John Cornyn, but I'm going to, because John Cornyn at least understands there's only 2 genders, and John Cornyn hasn't made the ridiculous assertion that men who are transitioning into being women need counseling available at government expense for abortion care. This is an idiot. He's pandering to the assemblage of idiots that are the modern Democrat Party. You got your LBGTQ group of mentally ill people. You've got your, habitual criminals. You've got your illegal alien supporters. And you've got, the people that just are entitled. You've got the working wealthy who just feel so guilty for being white. And Tallarico appeals to all of them. So, yeah, that is a challenge. I think at the end of the day, Republicans historically don't vote in primaries, and I think they show up and squash the Tallarico uprising.
And here's the funny thing. I mean, he's getting attention by conservative media, us included. But we're not going to change the minds of any Democrat listening as to why Tallarico's a fraud.
Pete will vote for Tallarico all day long, and Tallarico is a fraud. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your go-to tow-to. Nothing fraudulent there. You're in the side of the road. You're in a ditch. Allen's got a 75-ton crane. He can pick you up, gently put you back on your wheels, and get you down the road.
These windy driving conditions, you can bet there'll be a big rig toppled over. Some trailer will get sideswiped by the wind, and Allen's will be out there.
He can also deliver you straight over to Atzenhofer with their body shop to fix all makes and models. Veracruz Restaurant open today. Best Tex-Mex in town, maybe in this region.
I agree.
Yeah, great salsa, great chips. Peter McNair says, Brent, is that all you have on Tallarico? What else do I need, Pete, besides a guy
who's misquoted Scripture, misrepresented the Bible,
misrepresented,
had to go and find, I mean.
He's misquoting Scripture to suit an agenda that's unchristian.
Let me rephrase it, because he doesn't misquote it. He just leaves out entire sections of the verses to fit the narrative that he's trying to make. He doesn't misquote Scripture.
Right.
He leaves out half of a verse because it doesn't fit.
So a man from a godless party, I'm looking at their actions, not their individuals. A man from a godless party quotes Scripture, and the godless party goes, that's our man, that's God's man, that's the one.
There's the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party.
That's exactly
And this is how you know it's purely politics, because if you can't beat them, join them, especially in this region. The Democrats here, I would go so far as to say they hate Michael Cloud, because our representative preys on decisions, and they think that's going too far in keeping church out of government.
But here's what you have to know.
But now they go and they wholeheartedly support the Presbyterian minister, James Tallarico, because if you can't beat him, join him.
And here's the problem. I told you correctly about Jasmine Crockett and her misguided campaign thoughts. Let me tell you about Tallarico. Like, we're big on Magic 95.9. Let me tell you something about our local, especially, and our statewide Hispanic population. Strong family, strong Catholic, strong pro-life. You're going to find a group of people that are going to say, this Tallarico guy is talking about giving trans men abortion counseling. This guy's an idiot. And our Latino population is going to say, I don't like John Cornyn, but I'm not going to vote for Tallywacker, that Tallarico. He's out. That guy's got no chance to win. It's just the only way to run is to run scared. We have to keep people amped up to go vote. That's the fact. Yeah. I don't know. I asked somebody the other day. I thought Donald Trump had endorsed John Cornyn, but I guess I'm incorrect. Maybe he
Commander, can you
has Trump endorsed anybody? Because I thought he said, now that I've endorsed Cornyn, I hope that Paxton stands down. But apparently both are still running wide open.
Well,
so I don't know. Commander's looking it up.
He has not
Okay.
officially endorsed him, although it looks like Cornyn put out stuff that he was going to be endorsed.
See, which just again makes me not like Cornyn. I don't like Cornyn. I've never liked Cornyn.
he's playing for the MAGA Mays Middleton.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Playbook.
That's terrible.
Let's see what else. But here's the bigger problem, and you and I have talked about this many times. And now it's taken the actor or the former actor known
He's
as James
blackballed.
Wood.
Nobody will cast
yeah.
him because he's conservative.
Yeah. James Woods took to X,
Formerly Twitter.
posted the former actor known as James Woods took to X, formerly known as Twitter.
Right.
You know what, James, though? It hasn't.
I agree.
I think the fact that Trump endorses so many establishment Republicans is not being talked about enough because it shows you he wasn't able to drain the swamp and that the establishment Republicans still win elections,
That's the
still get
fear.
elected,
Cornyn-
and it's a double-edged sword because it's also a self-fulfilling prophecy for Trump. If he endorses Republicans to get elected, then he can turn around and say, see, my endorsement helps them get elected.
And Cornyn is a proven vote getter. If you're going to run Paxton, I mean, Tallarico, his campaign completely shifts if he has to run against Paxton. He turns around and says, well, you can label me a Christian you don't agree with, but I can label Paxton a criminal that you agree with. And the next thing you know, they run on good versus evil. They run on which one's the good guy. And even though it's total hypocrisy, I think Tallarico might beat Paxton. I do. And by the way, I believe that Ken Paxton would be the best senator of the three people, of the four people that have been in that race. Paxton would be the best. He was great for Texas
I agree. As
as
AG.
AG.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people saying, oh, Wesley Hunt just needs a little. Why? Then I don't get that. You don't want to elect him now, but he needs a little more seasoning and a little more, come on, time. Well, then why wouldn't you elect him now?
Yeah.
But whatever. But James Woods over the weekend tweeted this out. Republicans of the presidency, the Supreme Court, the House, and the Senate. I'll disagree a little bit with the Supreme Court. I think Trump has done a good job, for the most part, of putting conservatives, constitutionalists in there, and then they flip.
Yeah, just because they actually read the Constitution doesn't make them right-wing.
No. And yet, we don't have a voter ID law. Good on that. But this is the part that you and I have talked about, that the Republicans are traditionally the do-nothing party
That's right.
when they get elected.
And Michael Clouds talked about it right here on this program.
James Wood says not a single crooked Democrat has been jailed, censured, impeached, or expelled. Taxpayers are being defrauded by the billions, and Republicans do nothing. This has got attention now of Republicans because it's true. Think about it. Where's the Doge stuff? All the billions and hundreds of billions being exposed, the Somali fraud, and all we're doing is talking about it at Congress. No charges have been laid.
All they did was humiliate Tim Walz. That's all they did was humiliate him. They did not charge him with anything.
They haven't charged anybody with anything.
Yeah, very interesting.
Nobody's being forced to resign over this. Tim Walz should have stepped down. This was brought to his attention years ago. I think as far back as 2017, some folks in the Minnesota government said, oh, wait, we might have some fraud going on here. And they all turned their blind eye. Because the Somali pockets in Minneapolis help get people elected at all levels there. From the city to the state to D.C. Ilhan Omar not being held accountable at all on this stuff.
Yeah. Peter McNally says, those aren't the real issues. What about health care, K-12 education, ad valorem taxes, and environmental issues? Okay, well, first of all, health care is not going to be solved by the little state rep that's going to D.C. John Cornyn's got a better chance of doing something effective on health care, at least having a voice that matters. K-12 education is a state's issue, not a federal issue. Ad valorem taxes, again, to me, that's a state's issue. That's not something that I need a United States senator messing with. And environmental issues are just a way that the Democrats keep people riled up. There are no environmental issues. It's just the dumbest thing ever. To insinuate that a Democrat wants clean air more than a Republican is just idiotic. Torrin Bale says, I'm not a fan of Cornyn unless his only opponent is Tallarico. I can go with that 100%. 100%. I agree with that. Yeah.
But
well, and that, by the way, Monty Howard is right. John Thune is the establishment hack who controls the Senate campaign funds. Do the math. I don't disagree. I think the Republicans have had enough of a majority to indict people, to arrest people, to just do unto others as the left did unto Trump. I mean, let's impeach some people. Why not? Let's make up a dossier and get an FBI guy to promote it, and let's arrest some people.
Nobody's paid enough attention to your buddy Kevin Fetterman, or John Fetterman.
John Fetterman, close personal friend.
And his accusations in the wake of coming out in favor of, I believe, the SAVE Act, but other pieces of legislation. I think the latest he was talking about was actually being in support of going after Iran and getting rid of the Ayatollah, which you're never going to get rid of them.
They'll just put another one in there.
Exactly, and they've got a bunch of them. Ayatollahs are like, cute, they're like the thing you knock over at the fair with a baseball. They just pop back up. They just put another one up there, and they've got lots of them. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. Anyway, Fetterman said, basically accused his own party of coming after him in the wake of all this, and nobody went with it. What do you mean? What do you mean, John? What do you mean, Senator Fetterman? They're going to come after you. Nobody asked him that simple follow-up question. Nobody.
Right.
Whole media scrum out there as he's given comments, taking questions, and not one of them said, well, who's going to come after you, John? What do you mean? Are they going to try to kill you? Exactly. But they didn't question the mental capacity
when he was a raging Democrat.
And they didn't question it when he was a stroke, when he just had his stroke.
You've got to give him a break. He had a stroke.
Yeah. And they didn't question it when Joe Biden had no mental capacity. That was apparent.
Yep. But now they're all over Fetterman. You watch, he'll have a very credible opponent in his next race.
Peter now says you're overlooking the power of a U.S. senator.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. But when your Senate is as closely divided as this one is, 50-50 with...
You don't need Tallarico up there.
But it could cause problems for Republicans if they don't gain another seat.
Yeah.
But I don't trust the polls, though.
I don't either. Like I said, Republicans come out and vote on voting day. That we're not.
They came out in the primaries, voted the Democrats in the primaries.
Give me a conservative. Give me a. I mean, wasn't Barbara Jordan a Democrat? Give me somebody like that.
But I don't know who's worse, the devil we know in John Cornyn or James Tallarico, the devil we don't. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't trust Cornyn any further than I could throw him, and I trust James Tallarico equally as little.
I don't think Cornyn would ever actively do anything to hurt the state of Texas.
I don't know. Ask Dwayne Stovall when he was running against him.
True story. He fights dirty. He's very vindictive. But
and borderline illegally, but certainly unethically.
I really worry about Tallarico taking his brand of liberalism to D.C. and portraying himself as like the better version of Joel Osteen.
But James Woods is spot on.
Yeah. We do
House, Senate, presidency, nothing getting done.
And Trump should be demanding that things get done. I put this square on the Resolute desk. I mean, tell me that the president shouldn't be saying, I want some, although I've heard him say, I want these people arrested. And of course, none of them ever get arrested.
Nope.
I don't know what you do with that.
We parade Bill Clinton.
The bells early, Cody.
Yeah. We parade Bill Clinton. It always goes off 5 minutes. We parade Bill Clinton in front of the Epstein panel, and all the Democrats say, "See, nothing wrong. He didn't do anything wrong." They defend him, but Donald Trump's the dirty guy.
JP Hull says Ferris Bueller reference with knees like yours, and I'm not sure you should be throwing anybody. Yeah.
Oh, it's just ridiculous, folks.
Yeah, I think Texas is a loser either way in this Senate race.
Yeah, I do too. Iran supposedly rejecting some talks with the U.S. President Trump on the weekend said he wanted to make a deal, but the terms weren't good enough. He's basically demanded that Iran abandon their nuclear ambitions. You and I have talked about this. They can buy the irradiated uranium that they need for nuclear power from any other country in the world.
They buy it from us. We could give it to them.
They don't need to make their own enriched uranium unless they have nefarious reasons.
That's it. President Trump intimated over the weekend that he heard that the new supreme leader may not be alive. Is there a chance that he's been killed?
No, he's just in hiding.
Oh, it's just a matter of time.
But it doesn't matter. They'll just find the next one. It really doesn't matter. Iraq couldn't win that war. When we were funding them to win that war against Iran, Iran is like Afghanistan with access to oil. This is a war that will not end in a timely fashion, and I don't think will result in any regime change in that country.
Okay, and as we've said before, so I'm just satisfied with destroying their country. I'm satisfied with that. If it doesn't actually change their regime, then their people will look at them, the oppressed idiots they are, gutless to stand up on their own and unarmed by their government, and they will stand there and go, man, we may still answer to the Ayatollah, but what a dump we live in. And I'm fine with that. Just destroy their whole country, destroy their ability to make money, destroy their ability to reign terror anywhere, destroy their potential to ever have a nuclear weapon, and just let them all starve to death. There you go. That's where I'm at. The idea that we somehow have to have a convenient little war that we can put into a package, put 10 days on it, nobody gets hurt, we don't lose any equipment, and it only costs $50 a day is Pollyanna. War is expensive. People die in war. People have been dying at the hands of these crazed Muslim idiots for at least 47 years that I can take you month by month on a timeline of their terroristic activity.
Centuries.
Yes. And they need to die. And Donald Trump's the first guy who's had the cojones to step up and say, that's it. You've all been talking about it forever. I remember I watched Bill Clinton when the USS Cole got hit and American servicemen who were doing nothing during peacetime died on that ship. Bill Clinton pointed at the TV and said, we're going to find you. He didn't do anything. Barack Obama bombed him for years. Nothing happened. Trump's making something happen. There you go. Torrin Bell says he read that the Ayatollah, after the Ayatollah, the manana Ayatollah is missing a leg and in a coma. He's like, man, clearly God is not on our side. Yeah. Yeah. Monty Hart says Iran is running out of Khomeinis.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
I'm all about it, man. Just keep bombing them. Let it go. Yeah.
It's a frozen moment.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change over there.
That's fine. Then this generation will die, and there you have it. It's almost biblical.
Should we end with showing them the goldfish driving the car?
Do you have it?
It's on the spreadsheet.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is riveting.
Come on. Is there a video? Oh, there's a video. Can you make it happen?
I'm gonna work.
Hang on, folks. We're working on this now.
This could be something.
Oh yeah, we made a full hour with just rant a little bit. People just gobble it up. All right. Here we go. Watch this. Are you sharing it, you think?
I'm playing it right now. It'll probably be an ad that pops up first.
That's okay. We'll give them a free holler. It's only 36 seconds. How come it's not on my screen? It's over there on the Facebook screen, huh?
It's right there. It's
People get to watch
buffering. I don't know why it's buffering.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the goldfish driving a car.
3, 2, 1, go. And stop.
Peter McNally says, there are some really crazy responses on your show this morning. Keeps me listening. Peter, we love you, sir. Have a great day. And don't worry, those of us that care, we'll keep protecting folks like you. Folks, we hope you have a great day. Be well. Be safe on the roads. It's a Monday. It's spring break. Really do. Watch out for the kids.
And we'll see you all mañana.
Hey, by the way,
What?
hats off. Hats off to the city council. Tomorrow's news today. They will vote to name the Victoria Community Center after our own brother Gary Moses.
I think they need to make one change to that. I think it needs to become the Brother Gary Moses Community Center.
I have no doubt with that. I have no problem with that at all. There you go. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.